What is the best way to photograph a clam? With a Polaroid camera. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you, my friends. Happy Friday. And welcome in. I'm pleased to have you with me. That guy, Black Fox, first in chat. First in chat, waiting for us to begin. And here we are. Meat. I could go for some meat. I was just thinking about it. I don't think I've had meat for the past 3 days. I'm 3 days without meat now. That's unusual for me. And I'm not there's nothing to worry about. I'm not on some weird diet or anything like that. It's just turned out that way. I've had a lot of fruit, a lot of nuts, a lot of milk, a lot of oatmeal. No meat. Lucent Jelly, welcome in. Here's hoping the weather plays nice tonight. Agreed. So just a heads up, I might repeat it a little later on too if more people come in. But there's predictions of supposedly a terrible ice storm is likely to hit my part of the world tonight, and I may lose power and or internet for a while. So if I suddenly disappear, I swear it wasn't a rage quit. Okay, clapping. Pookie Stan, welcome in. Oh no and cheese. Is that because of my cheesy joke? Well, that's the thing. If I lose internet, I won't be able to Discord you to let you know that I'm safe. But you could assume I am. If you disappear, go outside and tell the weather to go back to Canada. We'll see. And what is this? No cheating today from me. I don't follow. When were you? Oh, hanging out in the chat before we started. No, you were here. You were here first, both before the stream began and after. All right, so let's go ahead and dive back into this. We are very far along into this game. I cleared an incomprehensible number of levels the last time we played this, and we're very far along. Maybe even at the end. But what a level we've come to. Things have gotten really difficult in this game. I was on this level for, I don't know, like 2 hours the last time we played this, and I made no discernible progress. And I haven't played it for a week, so I'm starting from scratch tonight. But sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes, like we have that grind where we hit a wall, and then I walk away from it for a while, and all of the all of the muscle memory and the data congeal in my brain, and we come back real strong. Sometimes. Rarely. Alright. Q, C, Q, DK, M, L, S. Welcome to the machine. Okay, I think this is it. I think we've got the right password here. Yeah, oh. It's very, there's a very high level of suffering here late in the game. We're in a very tricky auto-scroller with very deadly enemies, and very deadly music. This game has some wonderful songs on its soundtrack. Some of the music is so good. Some of the songs are really great. This is not one of them. This song is great at antagonizing the player. So it is great in that respect. That it's appropriately painful to listen to. Oh, I thought I was yeah, that's kind of what happens here. It's not just an auto scroller. It's an auto scrolling maze where the camera just meanders at any way it feels. It moves about basically at random. So, I mean, it's the same path every time, but the path is so wildly random, and it goes on for so long that being crunched by the edge of the screen, that's going to happen to us a lot. By the end of this game, you could serve everyone on the planet a dolphin smoothie. That is how frequently and how thoroughly Ecco is being crunched. Feel the frown consume you. Sparrow, welcome in, Sparrow the Dragoon. I hope you're doing well today. I'm playing Ecco, that's how I'm doing. Ooh. Dolphin smoothie. Oh wow, I just threw all my health away right there. In addition to the obstacles that are actually in the game, I do bring to the table my own foolishness as perhaps the greatest obstacle of all, so... In addition to the things I listed, we have that to contend with. Ooh. Alright, I think this has now become our best run of the night so far. There's so many, like, times where you have to, at the last second, make a decision which path to go into, and you cannot see how the paths end, so it's really it's just a blind guess. It's not a... I don't know. I don't really like game design where a level is not possible to beat on the first try. And we could quibble over whether or not that's true in this case, that it's not possible to beat on the first time, because yeah, technically you could get lucky and accidentally make the right choice every time, but you have to do that so frequently that I think that the odds are basically zero. For that happening. I think, yeah. I think if you have to resort to, techniques that, if you have to resort to those kind of, like, you know, pick a path techniques to make your level as difficult as you want it to be, you're not doing a very good job of designing difficulty. And lots of games are guilty of that. Lots of good games are guilty of that. Mega Man's guilty of that a lot. Mega Man puts, like, spikes at the bottom of pits where you can't see them to know they're there the first time you play a level. And that's no way to treat a player. Yeah, something like the disappearing blocks, the disappearing and reappearing blocks in Mega Man is much more, it's much more fair to the player. It's much better difficulty. Because you can stand there and learn the pattern, so you don't have to just guess it on your first try. But even if you learn the pattern, it's so hard to do that you're probably going to die several times anyway. I think that's where I died last time, too. Black Fox says, prediction, Frownie beats the game before stream time at hours, 10 minutes, and we get loads of Oddworld. Oh, the 2 hour and 10 minute mark? Alright, well, that means I got an hour and 50 minutes of this grind. Assuming this is the final level. Yeah, it's only luck that gets me through this maze. It's too long, it's too random, everything looks the same. I just don't know that I have the mental ability to memorize it, so I'm really hoping for some good luck. Sorry, I'll catch. I see you asked a question. I'll get to it. I'll get to it shortly. I'm having trouble. I need to try to read the chat a little bit less during my attempts. I feel like that's a little part of what got me in trouble the last time we played this on this level. We had a very active chat that night, which is a great problem to have, but it I don't mind having that problem at all, but it does mean that you have to put up with a lot of not progress if I let myself get distracted by it. No! How did I even get over there? Have you earmarked any of the last stream's tips for new additions to the stream or library? Nothing specifically Black Fox. Most of my game purchasing has been picking up random cheap and clearanced items. Only things that I've been able to find for very low prices, and it's mostly been sort of random purchases here and there. And I try to keep them fairly few and far between. But no, there's not. I can't say that there's anything I'm on the lookout for right now, specifically. Well, there's one thing I have in mind, but I can't. But I don't want to share it because it gives away another potential sort of a themed event, like our never-ending ET marathon. Agents have secrets comes with the job. I tend to operate regarding most things at a rather glacial pace. I'm very slow to carry out an idea I have typically. Like putting my microphone up on an arm like this, it's something I knew that I needed to do for months. And yeah, I just didn't get around to it. When I've got something that's functioning like well enough, it's easy to just ride it out. What? Just like Tony Stark in Avengers, I have a Hulk. I don't know what I don't follow. Might be because I don't know the movies well enough. Found a Hulk standee today. 2008. Oh, I see. You meant that literally. Like a cardboard, like one of those like cardboard cutouts. Like they prop up in a movie theater or something like that. Right on. Where am I? This level is so terrible. I can't imagine playing this, like, I can't imagine becoming good enough at this to get through it every time. I mean, that's kind of how good you have to become at it just to get through it once. But people who speedrun this game, like, that is a very scary amount of torment that they have to put themselves through to get good at this level. It's a long, long road. Victory is so far away. It's all the way beyond the horizon, on a different planet, in a different solar system, in a different galaxy, in a different universe. It's gonna take a long time to get there. No. I forgot how that area worked. I have to say my coffee is rather disappointing tonight. I'm drinking a different type of coffee, and I don't like it as much. It's a medium roast. I think that's why I don't like it, but it's decaffeinated. I've been having a little bit of trouble getting good sleep after the stream. I think the coffee I've been having might have something to do with it. So I switched over to some decaf, but it's not a worthy substitute. I really wish the Genesis controller had shoulder buttons so that I could put speed or shoot on one of the shoulder buttons so that I could hold speed while shooting. Because as it is, I have to make a choice. Do I want to speed or do I want to shoot? And I always need to be shooting because who knows when the aliens are going to show up. So I don't get to use the speed. But if I could put that on a shoulder button, I could hold it the whole time. I was right, I was supposed to go through there. Okay, now I go over here. We're going to eventually go in there. Oh, I'm still alive. Oh, I thought I was doomed. I thought it was over. 5-foot giant, welcome to the stream. I'll catch up with your comments in a moment. I'm in constant danger. I don't know if it's up or down. Oh, I think this might be the end of this part. I mean, Nope, it's not. Not only is it not the end, there's still a lot worse things to come. I didn't know which side to be on, and I still don't. Go away, aliens. No one likes you. No one likes you. Up or down? Down? Nope, I just lost. Ugh. Oh, this is terrible. Do you have any idea how far into the game you are in, Frownie? I'm not. I can't say for. I can't say for sure. I'm very far along, and I think I could be at the last level, though I can't say for 100% certainty. I have a strong suspicion that we're at the end. And yeah, it's just like as Sparrow said, it's a new arm, same mic, but I just lifted it off the desk, so you know now you hopefully don't hear all the like thumping whenever I have to use the mouse on my computer or something like that. Yeah, that password is very close to needing to be censored. Well, that was far and away the farthest we've made it through this maze. But the thing is, There's no way to memorize this maze, so even though I made it all that distance, I've learned nothing I can use. I know that, you know, wherever I died, I'm gonna have to go down instead of up, but I have no way of recognizing when I'm near or at that spot because everything looks identical to everything else. You can do it. I appreciate the vote of confidence. I hope I can. But I don't know. I'm not going to make any promises. Yeah, we're about 40 minutes in. I'm going to give this between 2 to 2.5 hours. And if I don't make it through, I will throw in the towel for the night after that. But that's, you know, I'm going to stick with it for that long. It would be really exciting to be able to beat it. Nope, not gonna happen now. That I'm unhappy with Sega. I think this level is hazardous to my health. I can feel my brain deteriorating. I was really lucky for Echo that the alien spaceship was is completely filled with water. I guess if we're in space, we could be weightless, though. Maybe there isn't... Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there isn't any water. Maybe we're flying. Ah! Crunched again. Those sort of green clumps that come out of the wall like that. I want to compare them to something, but I'm not exactly sure what they look like. Popcorn kernels or Nerds candies? Maybe Nestle Crunch Bites or wasabi peas? And whatever they are, they look like they're sewage flavored. They don't look good, but they look like they have the texture of one of those things. Sewage flavored. We're 1/18 of the way through the level now. When you lose all your progress in this game, in this level, when you die on this level, you lose like 4 weeks worth of progress. It's so crushing. I'm trying to think of when I've had another experience like that. Like, I don't know. The only thing I think is there's probably been some time where I've had like a like my computer file for a homework assignment when I was in school got erased or something like that. I can't think of a specific example, but that's what I was trying to come up with. Because it feels like that kind of thing. Like you work for weeks and months, and then it's just all gone, irrecoverable. It's hard. It's hard to live with this like perpetual pounding of devastation over and over again. This game is really good at crushing my spirit. I can't stand it. No, I'm not talking about restarting the whole game. I'm talking about restarting this level, 5-foot giant. Yeah, there are passwords to get back to the level, but there are no checkpoints inside the level. Every time I die, I have to do that whole maze all over again. That like 8 hours of that life that we just spent, we got so far into the level, it's all gone now. I'm all the way back at the start again. Ah. This has to be close to the end. I mean, I imagine it must be. How many levels could they possibly fit onto a cartridge, right? I've already beaten a whole lot of levels, so... I've been playing this level more than just tonight. We played this game last week. I made it to this level last week, and we played this level for like, I don't know, like 2 hours or something. I might be completely wrong about the time, but that's at least what it felt like. I was on this level for a very long time last week, until I eventually just had to give up. I'm sorry I missed it. Last week went really well in this game. We beat a lot of I beat a lot of levels all in one night. I think we finished 8 levels. The first one was the first one and like the, I don't know, the 5th one that night were really hard. There were a couple of them that were really hard and I struggled for a long time, but there were Yeah, there were like 5 other levels, 5 or 6 other levels we did that same night that I just breezed right through. And then I got here, and all hope was lost. I know I'll eventually clear this level. It just feels like it's gonna be so far from now. Ah! I played more Pac-Man 99 earlier today. Because that's just a thing. It's so easy to just pick up and play that game. And I got second place twice in a row. Oh, it was crushing. I was so close to victory twice. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm not. Oh, thank goodness. I thought I went the wrong way. Oh, I really hope I don't recognize that area next time and think that I did the wrong thing and then do the wrong thing. Nope. Oh, it's all over. They couldn't put some arrows on the board or something. All this blind pick-a-path with the dead ends that crunch you. Ugh. It's disgusting. I wish anything looked different in this level. like the board could, like, change color every, 1/3 of the level, or have some different textures in the background, or just something to give me a indication of where I am. It's like being lost in the middle of a 1,000-acre cornfield. Because everything looks the same. And I can't see very far into the distance. And you're on a time limit, too, because if you don't get out by midnight, the scarecrow comes to life and eats you. No! I have a scarecrow as my, as my, icon tonight. Speaking of scarecrows. Solve my maze. Welcome in, Buddha Fingers. Welcome to Echo and the endless ocean of Frownie's tears. I don't know where I want to be. Okay, look, we made it a little further than our last best attempt. And then I immediately died, so we made it like 1 inch further than before. It's like a game of Simon. You have to remember up, down, right, left, up, oops, dead. It is kind of like that. At least in Simon though, the 4 buttons are different colors. At least something looks different, so you have like so you can like attach a mental note to it. There's no visual cues to this level. I had a Simon game as a kid. I don't remember playing it a whole lot, but I do remember playing it. I'm gonna have to get so familiar with this maze I can draw it, you know, from memory, blindfolded, with the wrong hand. By the time when I know the maze that well, I'll be able to get through it. Horror World Echo. Stack Cat, welcome in. Itarama, welcome in. Good to have you here. Oh. I have seen the boss that comes at the end of this maze. So, like, I know that the maze does, in fact, end at some point, because I have been to the ending. I've seen the boss. It immediately destroyed me. So, it was... I didn't really gain any knowledge, other than the fact that this is not an endless trap. Because I could have, until I saw the boss with my own eyes, I could have been convinced otherwise. I could have easily been convinced that there is no boss, that there is no end to the maze. And that it just stretches on for all of time. Wouldn't that be a great trick to play on the player? To make the last level something like this. Something like this, but the thing is that the level just perpetually randomly generates more level. Or I guess it wouldn't randomly generate, because you'd want it to repeat the same thing every time, so it seemed like there would be an ending. So I guess it just procedurally generates the level each time, but in a way so that there is no end. Wouldn't that be cruel? Someone should make a ROM hack of this game that does that. Oh, I fell for that again. I didn't die that time because... Oh, alright. Here we are at the boss. I got one hit. I'm not sure what to do. That was not the thing to do. I thought I, like, use my poke attack. Didn't work. So we could do the maze again. So there was Dolphin versus Alien Maze Swimmer. Yep, it's sad times just to look at the boss again and get wrecked. Gotta get someone on an Echo Indus Maze ROM hack, exactly. No Echo Infinite ROM hack, please. Do not sing the song that ends the world. Oh my. Yeah, I don't even know what to do about that boss. I think I want to try to get below him and fire upward into his mouth, maybe? I don't know, that's my only idea if poking him in the head doesn't work. We're just gonna ride along in silence here. I have to overcome the mind-numbing effects of this music. I almost die there. I mean, sometimes I either die there or almost die there. I'm never prepared for that part. Where to go? The ending to this level just appears out of nowhere. Well, let's wait till we get there. I want to comment about part of the level. Right here. I'm basically certain that in an earlier build of this level, this was the end of the level. That this corridor took you to the boss. And then, for some reason, they decided we can make it more terrible than that. Tack on a whole bunch more nonsense. Because it would make sense for the level to end there. The tunnel approaching the boss. Like that feels right. Got it. Instead, you just find the boss in some random spot that looks like everywhere else. Just like the whole rest of the level, everything looks like everything else. I can't stop complaining about that, but it's true. Yeah, I don't know why the level ends there and why the camera moves like that. Oh no! I got crunched. The end of this level appears as suddenly as the event at the start of the game. Yeah, but I'm not going to give it to the game. That cannot be argued as good theming, because in the beginning event of the game was already repeated at the end of the game. When we went back in time, and then forward in time, and then back in time again. What do you think? How many times am I going to have to encounter the boss before I figure out how to attack it? 20? 30? $75? I've seen the boss 3 times. I still have no idea what its weakness is. I have an idea to try, like I said, to swim below it and to fire into its mouth. I didn't get to try that yet because I got crunched, but I'm not out of ideas, but I am if that's not what to do. Maybe it's like the rest of this level. Maybe it's just an endurance match. Maybe all I have to do is just stay alive and hang out in that room long enough and the boss will die of old age. It's interesting. To get maximum range out of your attack, you have to tap the button slowly. If you tap it too fast, the next attack starts before the first one makes it to the edge of the screen, and when the next one starts, the first one vanishes. So you lose your range if you tap too fast. I don't know if I can change my behavior regarding that though. No, don't crunch me. Ugh. It was really cool of the game developers to take away all your health when you approach the last boss as well. Like, I got 5 hits throughout this level, and I get to the next one, and I only have 1 for no discernible reason, other than, you know, they just hate me. Oh, I take it back. I lost my health on... It was me. Doesn't matter, I'm dead. It stops regenerating. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I've never had more than 1 block of health there. How does anyone play this game and just not be awash in sadness? It just makes me wish I was playing something designed by someone who wanted the player to have a good time. That may be the harshest diss a game has ever gotten. I don't know. I gotta speak from the heart. I want to say that I feel like I'm almost understanding most of this maze now, but I know that saying that is going to reduce my luck by about 30%. One hit, dead. It's so inconsistent. Sometimes you can survive like 3 or 4 hits. Other times, 1, and straight to the grave with you. This level is a punishment. This level has to be the origin story of so many supervillains. Crunched. Ape of Mazor, welcome to the stream. welcome to this level. This level for hours. What time is it? What? What? Is someone playing a joke on me? I have not been doing this for almost 2 hours. It cannot be 1:45. What? Where have I been? What? I've always wanted to play an Echo game because dolphins are cool. You're stuck? Yeah, I've been on this level for a while. It's pretty tough. This level is really hard casually. You are not kidding, Stat Cat. You are not kidding. Where am I, Frowntown? Well, I can't argue with that, Pookie. I can't believe the time on the clock, though. How long was I sitting there in silence? An hour? I have no memory of most of the stream. It's also Tuesday. You know what? I have no reason not to believe that. Oh. I'd be upset if it was Tuesday. My whole weekend lost in a blur to this one level. So yeah, this is my first time playing this game. It's not my first time playing it. This is my first playthrough. I've been working on it across several sessions for a while now. Is what I'm getting at, and it's a game I've had for a long time. Never bothered to play. Finally got around to it, and I didn't know what I was in for. This game's got good graphics. It's got some really good music. It's also got this song, which is pretty terrible. But outside of this level, it's got some really great music. It's got a really bizarre and interesting story. And a lot of cool ideas to it. It's also filled with cruelty and brutality against the player. Is it fun? Sometimes. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's really not. It's really fun when bizarre and interesting things happen. And it's kind of fun sometimes when you solve one of the puzzles. But you get stuck in these areas where you have to battle the physics, and it can feel like getting a root canal on your eyeballs. A lot of people seem to really love this game. I don't know. I've gotten an almost equal mix in the chat from people who have played it that they either love it or they think that it's intolerable suffering. A lot of people come into the chat and say, "Oh, I see you're playing Ecco the Dolphin. I feel sorry for you." Either you're enjoying yourself or having memory issues. I think it's this song. Retro games are like that. Sometimes they are, sometimes they are. This song, you mean this 8-second beep loop? That is a pretty generous descriptor, is it not? I guess it has a cult following, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you like games like the way that if you like games that are the way I described, because I think I was fairly accurate, give it a go. But woo, be prepared for a tough time. Intolerable suffering is on brand, though. It is something that I seem to. It is something that I seem to have quite a I don't know, quite a fondness for. Intolerable suffering. 5 Giant says, I love it but could never beat it. That's why I asked you to. I might be right there with you, 5 Giant. Oh, it feels I don't know. I think that in theory I can eventually beat this game. What I'm not sure of is that I can live long enough to beat this game. The amount of tries, the amount of attempts that I think I might need to make before I can win. I may grow old and wither and turn to dust and blow away. Feels good at the ending when you do beat it. This is true. This is what keeps me coming back. That joyful feeling, the rush of final victory. But what a fleeting sensation it is. Every victory just leaves me craving the next. Don't squish me. Yeah. Stop looking, you know it's gonna kill you. Can't help myself. This stage ended many a rental period. I don't know about that, Buddha Fingers. I don't know. If you made it this far on a rental session, I think you could beat the game if you could get to this. If you could get to this point that quickly. uh... Sadly, I'm an achievement hunter, so usually beating tough games just means I have to go back and do other stuff. I get that. I get that. Do you mostly play retro games or anything really? I play retro games overwhelmingly. That's where my heart is. NES to N64 is my real sort of sweet spot. But I grew up with Nintendo consoles, so like that's like I would say that's sort of my primary focus, and then but I like to branch out a lot. I've been exploring the Genesis library and the PlayStation library sort of slowly over the past year, and on rare occasions I do a modern game. Usually though, for me a modern game means a retro throwback. I juggle a whole lot of different games on the stream, so I might play between 10 and 12 games in a week, and you know, if I play 10 games in a week, then 7 of them are in that sort of early Nintendo zone, and then the other 3 might be, you know, Sega or Sony or something modern or something older. Maybe we'll, you know, some nights we do Atari 2600, some nights we do Commodore 64. I don't really do achievement hunting necessarily, but with games I really love, I like to do challenge runs sometimes. So I do know what that feels like. For a while, I was doing deathless runs of a couple games, and I'm kind of still working on that, but with a lot less focus. The next challenge run I want to finish. I want to finish Contra in 1 life with no power-ups. I've done it in 2 lives. I've done it with 1 death. So I know I can do it deathless. It's just making the time to grind out the attempts. But stuff like that, if there's a game I really like, stuff like that interests me. Needless to say, I don't think I'm going to be going for a deathless run of Echo. At least not for a very long time. We'll see. We'll see. My feelings for a game become a lot rosier after I beat it. So as much as I'm suffering now, if I do beat this game in a month or 2, I'll look back on it really fondly. I'll be saying things like, "Oh yeah, I remember doing Echo. That was a great time." I got stuck. I got stuck. Oh. Alright, let me catch back up. Thank you for the follow, Ape of Mazer. Much appreciated. Thank you, my friend. Never doubt a shut-in teenager with a 2-liter of Mountain Dew. Fair enough. Nice, I know the feeling. I always play games very late. Yeah. Been getting into retro stuff. Takes a lot of mastery to do Deathless. Yeah, I know. I've done Deathless runs of Castlevania on NES, Castlevania the Adventure on Game Boy, Super Ghouls and Ghosts on SNES, Contra and Super C on NES, and yeah, now I'm trying for the no power Deathless runs in Contra, and then Super C will be what I'll set my sights on next. It's pretty hard without the spread gun. It's pretty tough, but I think I'll get it. I think I'll get it eventually. Just looking around before the stretch break. Alright, so big camera. Statcat, I don't have any dolphin-related artwork. That's a almost complete list. Which of those seems most dolphin-like to you? Isn't the stretch break so much better with that endless loop playing over and over and over and over, etc. in your ear? Frankenstein? We'll go Frankenstein. That sounds good. What's the code at the bottom? That's your password. Deathless Castlevania. Yeah, that I actually got that. I got really lucky. I got that run really quickly. I'd only been practicing it a short while. No Deathless world record speed run of Echo? No, thank you. The speedrun for this game is incredibly short. That doesn't surprise me. I'm sure that there's a lot of tricks that you can do to cheese a lot of the game. Same thing. I don't know how many times I've said I hate this game, and afterwards I look back like, wow, that was a good game. Yeah, this game is extra broken. This is ominous music because it haunts your dreams afterward. I beat it struggling. I was watching someone play it, and they were dying to the Reaper again and again until they had to give up. Sadly, that is sad. I like to watch. So Super Ghouls and Ghosts is my favorite game. It's my favorite video game, and I like to watch. I like watching playthroughs of that, especially first playthroughs of it. But they're frequently disappointing to me because most of the times when I watch someone play that game, they either give up or they start cheating with rewind and save states. And I mean, play a game however you want to play a game, but you know, if that's how people want to play games, fine by me, but I'm not going to watch it. Because it's not interesting to me if you're going to play like that. So it makes me sad because I like to watch someone pick it up for the first time and stick with it and struggle through it and beat it for real. And I don't find a lot of playthroughs like that. Right, there we go. I watched someone doing Mega Man. He was doing a 365 games complete challenge for the year, and he was just rewinding everything. Disappointing, but ultimately, yeah. I mean, that's, you know, I'm not going to tell people how to play games. You can play however you want, you know. And if you like to rewind and use save states and that kind of stuff, then you could do it. But at the same time, I'm not interested in watching that playthrough. So. Oh. For some weird reason, like, so the letter you asked about the code down there, that's your password for the level. Every time you die, the title screen gives you a password for the level you're on, but the password changes, and I don't know why. The instruction manual talks about it too. It says that each time you see the title screen, it will give you a different password, but they all lead to the same level. And so, the instruction manual acknowledges that it gives you different passwords for the same level, but it doesn't explain why. So I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what's going on. All right. Excuse me, just a moment. Okay, there we go. But yeah, Castlevania is really hard. That game is no joke. And I don't remember my first playthrough of it very clearly. It was several years ago that I beat it for the first time, but I know it took me a really long time, you know, the first time that I played it. Are you finishing this game? Can you do it? Bongo, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. I saw I think you were playing Donkey Kong Country 2 earlier, right? I saw you were working on that, but unfortunately I was too busy to drop in. But I wanted to. And can I do it? I don't know. That remains to be seen. This game is giving me a hard time. I've made it to the boss. So counting tonight and the previous stream, I've made it to the boss 3 times. No, I think I made it to the boss 4 times, but each time I basically just immediately die. So I'm not really I'm not feeling super hopeful. Every time I die at the boss, I get sent all the way back to the start of the stage in this horrible, endless maze. This may be the This may be my least favorite auto-scrolling level that I've ever played. I know a lot of people hate auto-scrollers, and I kind of get that, but at the same time, I don't hate most auto-scrollers. This one, however... This one is very hard to tolerate. Awful auto-scrollers. Yeah, I like, no, I've never beaten it before. This is my, it's still my first playthrough. You know, I've been playing it over several sessions now. But no, if I beat it, it'll be for the first time. I've heard this is one of the hardest games ever. It is really hard. And sometimes it's hard because of the design, like this, and sometimes it's hard because of the flaws. It's the controls and the physics in the game are not ideal. And then sometimes it just all comes together in just a perfect storm of agony. I was gonna play Legacy of Kain, but now I want to try this. I haven't actually played that. I played a little bit of one of the games in the series. I played a couple hours of one of them, but I don't really know them very well. One of my regulars in the chat, he's probably still lurking. Black Fox is a really big fan of that series. Genesis? Yeah, this is on the Genesis. I like auto scrollers when they are when they're contextualized. Like when if it's a level that's got you running from a giant enemy, or like kind of like the minecart levels, you know, are basic in Donkey Kong Country are kind of auto scrollers. Auto runner, old auto scroller, kind of the same thing. Not exactly, but they're definitely related concepts. It's hard to get behind this level because I don't understand when the edge of the level crunches Echo. From Echo's perspective, why did we die? There's no reason this maze couldn't just be free roaming. And it's especially disappointing in this game because this game tries very hard. This game tries very hard to like be artistic and tell a story. And then the auto-scrolling mechanic in this level is just lazy. There's no reason for it. It only exists to make the game more difficult and frustrating for the player. You know, people were talking about rentals before. I wonder if this is a case. I wonder if this level was altered in development to, basically to thwart rental completions of the game. Because I don't feel like the layout of the level was planned for an auto scroll. It's so punishing. I feel like the level had to be designed as just a free roaming maze, and then they decided to auto scroll it. And then also there was that whole thing about the tube that I think was the original ending of the level. I think there may be something to it. Maybe both of these changes were made to keep people from beating it in a rental. especially in light of what I was thinking about earlier, because it's a game that, like, realism, in a way, was, you know, quote-unquote realism, was so important to them that they put in an air meter and make you go up for air. And then they fail to contextualize the auto-scrolling. Doesn't really matter what their intent was and what the original design was. I'm stuck with the final product either way, but... I mean, the intent was clearly malice. Whoa. That's the best thing that can happen in this game. You glitch through the wall sometimes. That's my favorite part. That's my favorite part. If anyone ever asks me, you played through Ecco the Dolphin? Yeah, what was your favorite part of the game? Oh, I really like when the game messes up and glitches you through a wall instead of crushing you. That's the best thing about the game. Not the music, not the graphics. They clip through the wall. Awful. Yeah, that's exactly it. A fish is watching Ecco. Ecco suddenly crushes into mush against a wall for no discernible reason. Yeah, if we were in this room, what would we see? I love the minecart. Me too. I wish there were more minecart levels in the Donkey Kong Country games. It's crazy because, like, in DKC 1, I think there are only 2 minecart levels. And, like, when I think about that game, like, that's such a, like, standout feature to me that I think of it as being, like, you know, like 10 to 20% of the levels, and it's really only 2. Good luck with Ecco. Gotta head to bed. 2 a.m. here. I'll be lurking. Right on. I hope you sleep well, my friend, and thank you again for the follow. They should revive this and build upon the original's downsides. That was a thing, apparently. Apparently, the Lion King had punishing level design for the same reason. Yeah, I know that's a thing that they do in games, that they did in retro games. They made them harder, particularly for Western releases. Because the rental industry was bigger over in the West. But not always. Not always. Sometimes there are a few occasions where the West got the easier version of a game. I feel like they added the auto scroll because of developer difficulty. The devs play a game so much, it's too easy to them, so they add something like this. That's another strong possibility, I think. You're doing great. I really don't feel like it, Bongo. I love glitches in Pac-Man. At the end of this game, you're going to pop out of the ground like Rita Repulsa. After 10,000 years, I'm free. Yeah, I feel like that's accurate, Stat Cat. It's not like the maze is super difficult, but it's deceptive. It bores you to death, Echo the Dolphin. Oh. Oh, nice one, Buddha Fingers. Bongo says, I gotta go too. Cheers and good luck. Thank you. Thank you, Bongo. I appreciate you dropping by. Enjoy the rest of your night. All right, we're gonna give this another half an hour, and then I've got to move on to Oddworld because I wanna play both games tonight. And I know whatever we try to do in Oddworld, it's gonna be almost just as hard as this. So I'm gonna want to leave a healthy chunk of time for it. It's been a while since I've seen the boss. It'd be nice to at least make it through the maze another time. To know that I could still do it. No, this part right here is repeatedly giving me trouble. No. Lex wins. I had no hope that time. I just can't. I can't recognize where I am at any point. Oh, it's so terrible. This song will haunt me in my sleep, Stack Cat says. And I like the sounds of what Sparrow had to say in reply. Wait till you hear what I've got cooking. Oh. Now I wanna beat this even more. The instant deaths. The instant deaths are such garbage. I guess so Buddhafinger says if you're going to rip audio from Echo, try to get it from the Sega CD version. I guess that would depend on the goal of the project, though, right? I mean, if you wanted to preserve the essence of this nightmare, wouldn't you want to go with the rougher sounding version? Who said I'm ripping? We're all just making assumptions. Nightmares are often defined by their haunting details, not the absence thereof. Yeah, perhaps. But, I mean, do you think that the movie The Ring would have been scarier if they had been handing around a 4K Blu-ray instead of a VHS tape? Jazz Chicken, welcome in. I think, I know you were here recently. It might have been for Echo. If you were, don't worry, nothing has changed. I'm still stuck in the same level. Making roughly the same amount of progress. Oh, goes the auto-scrolling? Poorly. If it was haunted, it should be an HD DVD. Oh, can you imagine the disappointment if you're a ghost that haunts an HD DVD? No one can watch it. Oh, there's this haunted Virtual Boy game. If you play it, a ghost will kill you. Where on earth am I gonna find a Virtual Boy? I should probably let you know. I own both. I own both a Virtual Boy and an HD DVD player. And I would say I do not own an HD DVD player because I backed the wrong horse in that battle. I bought my HD DVD player 8 years after they became obsolete. I did not take a risk in buying technology that may not survive. I bought technology I knew full well to have been long dead. Oh. Wouldn't it be amazing? Wouldn't it be amazing if Nintendo decided to follow up the Switch if their next console was a proper and appropriately, you know, it would be underpowered because they're Nintendo, but a proper and somewhat appropriately powered dedicated VR machine, and they called it the Virtual Boy 2. Wouldn't that just be the most? Wouldn't that just be the most incredible thing to happen in the history of gaming? I can't think of anything that would not be spectacular about that. That is what I really want to happen. It's impossible. Well, I might have been doing damage. It's hard to tell. Fun fact, I actually own a Virtual Boy. Me too, Pookie Stan. Got one. I think I've got like 5 games for it. I only play it like once every 2 years. I actually note for note found that endless arpeggio. I was stuck here last time you were here. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yake, welcome in. Good to have you with us again. You have 7 minutes left of battery. The Virtual Boy horror. What fictional universe is there where the Virtual Boy can run on battery power for 7 whole minutes? 4.5 tops. I somehow knew that joke was going to go over well. Virtual Boy is also a haunted item. It's like the 13th floor of the Sedgwick Hotel in Ghostbusters. There is no 13th floor. I imagine Agent Frownie has like the Indiana Jones warehouse of dead tech. Not quite, but I do have a, you know, I do have a couple items that are pretty laughably useless. Rumor has it he sold his vinyl when it came back into style. Yeah, that you got me. That's the kind of thing I would do. I replaced all my vinyl with 8 tracks. Those will never come back. In all seriousness, do you have an 8-track player? I actually don't. I've never had an 8-track player. I've seen them for sale at thrift shops, and I've been tempted from time to time. That imitation wood grain really speaks to me, but I've never actually bought one. Devs, make a level. Other devs, it's not Frownie enough. Just crank it until it hits impossible, then back her off a quarter turn. What? When you do get around to Oddworld, I challenge you to play it with your feet. I had to do it ages ago, and surprisingly got halfway through it. I just couldn't do the nests. Jazz Chicken, I don't know if I can make it halfway through Oddworld with my hands. P.S. It's just the Switch and a Google Cardboard-like setup with a Labo. To make it appropriately Nintendo. I was just thinking, I think, in Luigi's Mansion 3, they did a like a callback to the Virtual Boy in that game. And it's, you know, and I was just thinking, if they really want to sort of put their money where their mouth is on a paying homage to the game, to the Virtual Boy, I know how they can do it better. And it'll have a built-in option. It'll have a built-in option where no matter what game you're playing, with the press of a button, you can turn everything red and black. Running jumps are too difficult to do, I believe it. That's mean of the devs to not put it a checkpoint after this bit. I know, I've made it to the boss 5 times, but because there's no checkpoint, and I die basically instantly, it's all still been meaningless. I'm only planning to play this for about another 10 minutes or so. We're not gonna stick with Echo all night. So if I can't pull it off, you know, we'll have to come back to it. I do want to devote, like I said, I do want to devote a worthy chunk of time to Oddworld. The controls in Oddworld are really rough. I'm not crazy about the controls. I really wish they were customizable. Even if they were, it would still be kind of rough because the game is pretty stiff and mechanical feeling, but would make it a little better. There is no checkpoint. Solve my maze. I have this horrible feeling that I'm going to wind up with a pair of tattoos someday that read Lex wins and solve my maze. Will you be trying to save all the Mudokons? That ship has sailed, Jazz Chicken. I've already failed to save a bunch of them. I'm not picking it up for the first time. I'm continuing the game. I've already played it for a couple nights. But it is my first playthrough that I'm working on, so please be careful not to give anything away. But no, I can't even do that. I've already lost some of them. If I make it through, I might do another playthrough where I try to save them all. I started off trying to save them, but I was just bad at it. But yeah, if I make it through, I'm kind of thinking if I make it through, I might play some of the other games in the series, and then when I get through some of the other ones, I might loop around and then try to do a better playthrough later on. We'll have to see. My feelings on the game are still rather mixed. In 50 years, my grandchildren ask me what my tattoos mean. I don't want to talk about it. They were hard times in my life. Don't worry. I mean, I don't have to worry about that, Stat Cat, because the tattoos are going to be on the insides of my retinas from having read those sentences in the chat so many times. They'll have been burned into the back of my eyeballs. I can see the boss one more time. I can just see the boss one more time. I think that I might have gathered enough information to know what to do. I could be wrong, but the assumption I'm operating on now is that he seems to be weak in the eyes. I know when I hit him in the eyes, he unleashes a barrage of projectiles. So I know when I hit him in the eyes, I'm causing that. And I think that could be a good sign that that's his weakness. I've just got to fight him. I've got to stay low, and I've got to shoot him in the eyes. I got to stay low because these xenomorphs will come and get me if I swim up too high. They might get me if I stay low, but last one got me when I went high, so... In general, it's good science to make assumptions based on a data pool of 1. One example is plenty evidence to draw any conclusion you need. You can do it, Frownie. Dodge the projectiles. That's what I'm going to try to do. Ooh, we got some people coming in. Yeah, let's say hello. Zero and Nico, welcome to the stream. Sven, I'm not really sure how to say your name. Thank you for the raid, though. I appreciate having you here. And if you want to correct my pronunciation, I'd appreciate it. But welcome to the stream. Incoming nothing, we're here. Sven is right. Right on. Welcome to Ecco the Dolphin. This is my first playthrough, and I'm trying to do it blind, so just a heads up. I appreciate if people try carefully not to spoil it or to help me out. But I do appreciate having your company. Let me put a shout out link here. Thank you for the follow, Sven, and if some of my friends want to return that favor, here's a link. Castlevania. Do you speedrun Castlevania? That's Castlevania 3. I can't tell if that's a chat box or time splits. Oh, you're playing a lot of Castlevania games. Apocalypse. I don't know that. Hello and welcome. I'm Sven, and you have entered my Retro Zen. I put more time into adding games to my collection than actually playing them. Oh, I know all about that. In order to correct that here, join me on my journey to complete everything I own. Nice. All right, I'm gonna follow you and hopefully check out your stream at some point. It generally takes me a long time to get around to doing that, so if I don't show up, it's just because I'm terribly busy. But we'll try my best to drop in if I catch you live sometime. Hopefully very soon. Playthrough of the third one. You don't speedrun it. Okay. It's the chat. I played through the Japanese release on Wednesday, trying to make it through the North American one now. I'm the same. Yeah. I mean, that's what happens when we stream a whole lot, right? I know it happens to a lot of my friends. Zero and Nico, thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. We usually call him, "Oh look, you died again." Hey, don't go stealing my name. I've never played through this one. I've heard it's mazy and tough. Yeah, this game is really tough. I've been struggling with this level for a terrifying amount of time. Intelligent alien life forms. Build a ship to travel through space made extinct by dolphin. He runs it at the speed of death. I was stuck on one level in Castlevania 3 for a little over an hour tonight. Castlevania 3 is pretty... I think it's pretty hard. I've only played through it once. I played it, I think, in April last year, so it's been a while. I had to do it... It took me... I had to play it across 2 nights. I think it took me close to 11 hours total to beat across 2 nights. I wanted to do it in one sitting, but I just couldn't make it happen. There are a couple times where I got to levels and I was stuck for at least an hour, probably a lot more. Beat it once as a kid. I want to go back to it and get the other endings at some point, though really for me that would be kind of pointless on the one hand, because from what I've played of the other characters, I didn't really like them. So I've only played through it once, and I got the Sypha ending, but I didn't really like playing as Sypha or Grant. So, and I never found Alucard. So if I go back and play it again, like to get the other endings, I mean, I'm gonna use Trevor on all the playthroughs anyway, so it's just gonna be the same experience 4 times in a row. The Japanese release was so much easier. Took it down in 2 hours. My goodness. You went the Alucard path. It's the longest and hardest path. Yeah, I didn't know that. I'll try and save that one for last. We were talking earlier tonight. Here on the stream too about the sort of like Western releases of games typically being harder than Japanese releases because of the issues with the rental market and whatnot. And I said that there were some counter examples to that where the Oh no, that doesn't go with my point at all. That is the example. that isn't a counter example. There are counter examples like where the Japanese version is harder, but this is a good example of where the Western version is much harder. Tales of Spike McFang was one game that was made much, 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 much harder on the American release. I'd never even heard of this game, StatCat. The 3 Ghost boss. I don't even know if I remember what boss that is. A lot of Castlevania 3 is a blur to me now at this point. I remember oh, you've already played through it. So I was gonna say I don't know how much I should say. I don't want to spoil it, but you said you already played through the Japanese one. The doppelganger fight was really tough for me. And the Dracula fight at the end was really tough for me. Oh, when I fought Dracula, when I finally got through Dracula's second phase, and I found out there was a third phase I still had to do, I think I went through the 5 stages of grief. I'm a really big Castlevania fan in general. I really like the classic style of Castlevanias. The sort of the Metroidvania style ones, I'm less a fan of. They're okay, but they're not really my thing overall. Except for Order of Ecclesia, that game I really like. But in general, I like the classic Castlevanias. And I've played a lot of them, but fortunately, I still have a couple of them left that I've never played. And I'm looking forward to playing them on the one hand, but on the other hand, like every time I play a new Castlevania, I become a little bit sad because that means there's one less Castlevania game for me to look forward to. So like, it's fun that I get to play a new one, but then I lose one to look forward to every time I do, so that kind of keeps me working at them very slowly. It's the same way with a lot of series like that. I kind of feel that way about Contra too. I really like Contra and Super C. I just played them for the first time last year, and I fell in love with them right away. I really like those games, and like I keep hearing about how good some of the other ones are, but I don't really want to rush to play them because I don't want to run out of the series too quickly. Huge Castlevania fan. Great to hear it. They're wonderful games. Pretty sure they just keep getting harder. That's good. I appreciate the difficulty. I'm crying endless tears about the difficulty in this game. But I am in general something of a fan of very challenging games. I like to punch above my weight class a lot when it comes to challenging games. Hardcore on Genesis is tough. Yeah, I've got that one. I've got like you. I've got a really sizable collection of retro games, but I haven't worked my way through, you know, maybe even 3% of them in the collection. I'm slowly accomplishing that. So I actually have Hardcore and Contra 3 in my collection already, but they're two examples of the ones just waiting to be played. Dracula having a third form made me want to break things as a kid. I missed that before. The doppelganger has a cheese, apparently. I didn't figure it out, so... You're discussing the riddle thing, too? Sorry, I missed a... We may be on hour 3, but it just means we spent 3 hours together. What a great way to look at it, Stack Cat. And believe me, I'm really happy to have you here keeping me company too, because if I were suffering through this all by my lonesome, that would be really rough. Let's see. I'm trying to catch. There's a few comments I missed. If you've said something in the chat and I missed it, my apologies. It's just it's gotten a little bit away from me here. I'm not intentionally ignoring you by any means. Bayou Billy is another notorious one, made way harder for North America. Play the US release, the first boss was just nearly impossible. The Japanese release, the boss was easy as cake. I would never figure that out then, because I would, because I, like I said, I really just like to use Trevor the whole way through. So I would never discover that on my own. Buddhafinger says, I gotta go to bed. Good night, everyone. Thank you for being here, Buddhafinger. Sorry I couldn't bring home the win while you were still around, but I hope that you sleep well, and we'll see you again. Enemies have twice as much health and do twice as much damage in the Western version of CV3. It's unreasonable. Some of the jumps in Castlevania 3, like on the shifting platforms or the pendulums, oh, some of those jumps are nightmarish. I'm just thinking back on the game, and those are coming back to me now. That's why I got stuck for a really long time on one of the levels just because I couldn't make one jump on those shifting sort of seesaw platforms. And the pendulums with the bats flying across, please. It's agonizing. It's a bad place to turn around, and I frequently do it. The hardest part of this game is suffering through the music on this level. This game actually has some really great music in it for a lot of the levels. This is not one of them. They knew what they were doing. Like this level is psychological torment. It's ugly and busy, and everything looks the same, and the music is ugly and loops in an endless screech of 3 notes. Plus, I have to make this terrible sound effect the whole time because enemies are surprising me from every angle at any moment. So it's like while the developers are holding me down and repeatedly punching me with their right hand, they're also grabbing my wrist with their left hand and forcing me to punch myself in the face along with them. That's exactly what the sound design philosophy is here. How far are you into it? I can't say for sure. I can't say with 100% certainty since it's still my first playthrough. But I have a very strong feeling that I'm on the last level. So I juggle a lot of different games on the stream, so I typically only play a game for one session per week. Sometimes two, depending. I'm slowly working to sort of change how that works, but with little success. So typically I play a game for one session per week. And so the last time I played this, I got to this level during our last session last week, and I was stuck here for a couple hours. And now I've been doing nothing but playing this level on the stream tonight, and I'm supposed to stop and start up another game. I've been saying I'm gonna do that for the past hour. So I really need to. But it'd be so nice to just beat it and be done with it. There's a boss at the end of this level. And I've made it to that boss 5 or 6 times now. But if you die at the boss, you get sent all the way back to the beginning of the maze. I would be terrible at this. My memory would not remember this each time. It's been a real struggle for me, and it continues to be. That's why I've complained, I think 100 times tonight about how everything just looks the same in this level. Because it's so long and complicated, and I have no landmarks to populate my mental map, so remembering where I am and what I'm supposed to do at each point is very difficult because all the points look the same. Plus it controls poorly and the physics are wonky. There's a lot to have to deal with. Oh, hey, Jay. Welcome in, Jay. Pleasure to have you with us. How did, you were playing, Pikmin 3, right? How did that, treat you tonight? Thank you for the wishes of good luck. You're a lad for coming this far. I've been stuck on this level for... feels like years. Look at my beard. When I started this level, I was clean shaven. This level is long and brutal. I've made it to the boss several times, but I just keep dying, so it's not doing me much good. Oh. Sven says, you gotta get some sleep also. Have a great stream. Glad I found you. I really appreciate you coming by, Sven. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the follow. I'm really happy that you stopped by as well, and I hope that you sleep well. Alright, I am determined. I'm gonna finish this attempt. I'm gonna start one more attempt after this one, and then we're gonna move to Oddworld. If it doesn't happen in this attempt or the next one, it's just not meant to be tonight. This is one of the best attempts we've had in a while, so yeah, it's not gonna get any better than that. Alright, last try. There's always next week. How it can be that I can know I have another session of this game waiting for me in my future, and I don't immediately permanently give up streaming? I don't know. I can't tell you. Any sane person would say, that's what I have to go back to? I'm out. This game is enough to make you permanently swear off all video games. This level right here. This is the one. Sorry I'm behind on your chat there as well. I will get caught up with you. It's just a matter of the incredible, ridiculous focus that this requires. Even at my maximum focus, I still am constantly blundering. There was a point where I was feeling almost hopeful. It seemed like I'd figure out what to do about the boss. And I was thinking, you know, somewhat secretly, I was thinking, if I just get another chance at the boss, I know what to do. But it's been so long since we've seen the boss. I think this is roughly where I died last time. I don't know. Who can tell? Who can tell? It all looks the same. The music, make it stop. I couldn't agree more. No, make it all stop. Make the whole game stop. Oh, it's been 4 months since I've seen any of this part of the maze, so I never remember what anything is. Oh. I never beat the boss legitimately before, just using invincibility cheats. The only level I've ever skipped was this in the asteroid battle. I don't know how you got past that, but you're definitely a gamer for that. Well, thank you. If I'm correct, this is a 6-minute long side scroller. There's a password that leads immediately to the last battle, but I'm guessing you're going to do a legitimate playthrough. Yes. If I recall correctly, it actually says the final battle too. Yeah, no passwords. No passwords for me. It's not my style. I gotta do things the hardest way possible. Or, I mean, you know, at least the standard way. No advantages. Just need to get the rest of the fruits and hard mode is done. Right on. I haven't actually ever played Pikmin 3, but I played Pikmin 1, and boy, that game was kind of magical. Frownie is at the you're at the point where you're like, this isn't even a maze. This is just my ride to work every day. I love the Pikmin games. Yeah, I've only played the first one, but Pikmin 1 was magical. I might get around to playing the second one. I have an offer from another streamer that I'm friendly with that she's offered that she would lend me a copy if I wanted to request it, but I just don't want to take advantage of that. But if the offer continues to stand, I may take advantage of it later on. All right, my friends, I couldn't do it. I couldn't beat Echo. I'm not giving up, but I am retiring from this for the night. It will be on the schedule for next week, and as long as all the streams that I plan actually happen, because I do have to cancel sometimes, unforeseen, but as long as all the streams I plan happen, we'll pick it up next week, and if not then the week after. But we will come back to it, and sooner rather than later. Because I really want to be done with it. I've come so far. Music software crashed. Lost a bit of work, lol. How appropriate, Sparrow. You don't get out of this music that easy. Oh, well, I know that. We have this music to look forward to. We're going to be right back in the same place. Some terrible night next week. I'll be on the stream next week. Don't forget your sad cat emotes. Alright, I'm gonna step away. I'm gonna switch over to Oddworld. I'm not even gonna take a real break. I'm just gonna be going for, well, the shortest amount of time I can manage. We'll get the stream switched over to the PlayStation. Get the game switched over. And hopefully enjoy a little bit of Oddworld. We'll play for about an hour and a half. Maybe longer if I have the stamina. I kind of cheated Oddworld out of some of its time, and I'd like to play longer to make it up, but at the same time, I'm wearing down. This game is cursed 100%. I feel that. I feel it. Alright, my friends, so yeah, I'm going to step away, enjoy this music for another minute or so. I'll get things switched over. I'll be right back with you.